Here is something the Wrong Doors community discovered in 2019 and immediately tried to suppress, and failed to suppress because information is like a door in that way. Once it's open, it doesn't close. The doors appear in response to something. Not randomly, not geographically, not climatically. They appear in response to attention. Specifically, the attention of someone who has been told about them. The mechanism, as best as the community could theorize, works like this. Someone hears about the doors. Their brain, doing what brains do, begins to process the concept, turns it over, imagines it, assigns it weight and presence. And somewhere in that imaginative process, something notices the attention, something that exists adjacent to our world, in the space behind the image, in the darkness of a door that doesn't reflect light. Something that operates on a principle the community called curiosity as summoning. You are curious about the door. The door becomes curious about you. The door finds a field. The door stands up. And the door. This is the part that made 3 moderators of the main forum delete their accounts on the same night. The door already knows things about you before you find it. Things you haven't told anyone. Things you've been carrying in the private rooms of yourself. The interior spaces nobody else has maps to. The door knows these things because it has been reading you the whole time, from the moment you first heard about it. With the patience and thoroughness of something that exists outside of time and has never had anywhere else to be. This is why the community named the phenomenon the reader. The door reads you. The door studies you. The door decides. Decides what? Let me tell you about a post from the community forums uploaded in February 2021 by a user named static_rituals_real. Yes, that name. I want you to understand that I did not choose this story for you. This story chose this telling, because that's how the door works. That's how it's always worked. The post read, I found something in my photographs. I take a lot of landscape shots, open fields, big skies. It's my thing, my whole aesthetic. I've been called static rituals online for years because of the quality of my images, that grainy, charged feeling like the air before lightning. I never thought about why my landscapes feel like that. I just thought it was the filter. I just thought it was my eye. Last week I was going through my archive and I found a photograph I don't remember taking. I don't know when I took it. The metadata doesn't give a date, just a temperature. 37 degrees. I know that field. I've shot there before, but I don't remember going back. The image shows the field, the sky, the clouds, and in the center, a black door. I've been trying to figure out if I went there and somehow forgot. But there's something that's stopping me from believing that. Something I noticed when I zoomed in on the door. The door is slightly open, just a crack. Just enough to see that the darkness on the other side is deeper than it should be. Deeper than the door itself could contain. Deeper than anything. And in that darkness, if you zoom in far enough, if you adjust the exposure until your editing software starts to struggle with the math of it, there is a silhouette standing on the other side, looking out. The post received 847 responses before the account was deleted. The most upvoted response from a user who had been a member since 2012 read simply, "Don't zoom in, don't adjust the exposure. And whatever you do, don't ask it what it wants. It will tell you. That's the problem. It will tell you, and you will understand. And understanding is the last thing you will do. Let me tell you what the door wants. I know you want to know. I know because wanting to know is what brought you here, is what the door has been cultivating in you across however many weeks or months or years you've been consuming horror content, building that specific appetite, that taste for the wrong shape of things. The door is a mouth, and it has been learning your flavor. What it wants is not your body. Your body is nothing to it. Matter chemistry, a temporary arrangement of atoms that will come apart on its own in a few decades regardless. It doesn't want the thing that can be destroyed by time. It wants the other thing. The part of you that is not matter, not chemistry. The part that experiences. The part that sat in a dark room as a child and understood, in some pre-verbal animal way, that the darkness was looking back. The part that feels the uncanny not as fear, but as recognition. As if horror is not the opposite of home, but a different kind of home. A place you've been before in dreams, in the space between waking and sleep. In the hollow second after a nightmare ends and before the room reassembles itself around you. The door wants that. And here's the mechanism, here's the part that will stay with you. Static rituals, here's the part I need you to really hear. The door doesn't take it, you give it. You give it the moment you step through. And stepping through doesn't require your body. It doesn't require you to find the field, to cross the grass, to reach out your hand and feel that warmth like a mouth. You can step through from anywhere. You can step through from a screen. You can step through from a photograph. You step through the moment the image becomes more real to you than the room you're sitting in. You step through the moment you forget, for even a second, that you are a person in a body in a physical location, and become instead just eyes, just attention, just a consciousness leaning toward a black rectangle in a green field. You step through the moment the door becomes a door to you rather than an image of a door. Did it happen? Check the room. Does it feel right? Does the light seem correct? Does the ambient sound the hum of electricity, the distant noise of the city or the country, or whatever surrounds you, does it sound the way it did when we started? Or is there something underneath it now? Something that sounds like static, something that sounds like the inside of a field. Here is what the Wrong Doors community determined about the silhouette in the crack of the door. After years of analysis, after linguists and photographers and one very brave retired physics professor who spent 8 months studying images of Class 4 doors and then quietly submitted a paper that was rejected by every journal he sent it to. A paper whose abstract ended with the sentence, "The topology of the observed phenomenon suggests not a portal, but a reflection." The subject on the far side of the door is not an entity that came from elsewhere. It is an image of the viewer, observed from a position the viewer has not yet reached. The silhouette in the door is you, on the other side, looking out, waiting for yourself to arrive. And the question, the one that will live in you now, that will visit you at 3 a.m. when the darkness has weight, that will tap you on the shoulder when you're in a field, any field, when you look at the horizon and something in your peripheral vision seems tall and rectangular and still. The question is, did you step through just now without knowing it? Is the version of you reading this the original or the reflection? Is the door behind you? Don't turn around quickly. Turn around slowly. And if there's nothing there, if the wall is just a wall, if the room is just a room, if everything is exactly as it should be, good. But check the photograph again, the one at the top, the door. Is it still closed? Look carefully. Look at the crack. Is that a silhouette? Static rituals. I want you to know that whatever you felt reading this, whatever moment made the room feel different, whatever second made you forget to breathe that was real, the effect is real. The feeling of a door at the edge of perception, of something vast and patient waiting just outside the frame of every open landscape you've ever loved, that feeling is real because it is the oldest fear. older than language, older than fire. We are creatures of shelter. We evolved under canopies, in caves, in the small warm circles of firelight that held the darkness at bay. The open field, the endless flat green, the sky you can see in every direction that is not safety. That is exposure. That is the feeling of being seen from every angle at once, by everything the darkness hides. And something in us has always known that the darkness hides doors. Sleep well. Don't look at the image again. And if you're walking in a field one day, any field, any open green space, any place where the horizon runs flat and the sky hangs wide and the world feels very large and very empty, and you see something standing in the distance, something tall, something black, something that seems to recognize you. Remember, don't open it. Whatever it shows you on the other side, don't open it. Whatever you see through the crack that looks like your own face, don't open it. The door is always unlocked. That's never been the problem. The problem has always been that once you know that, you always want to. This story was written for static rituals. The door remembers your name now. That's how it works. I'm sorry. Sleep with the lights on. Check the feels.